What it do, fellas? Oh snap! So what it do, fellas? It's your boy Artagoon, aka Johan, and today we talking about my recap for the last 2 weeks of personal training. So for those of you who know, I started personal training in the gym 2 weeks ago, and didn't make a video for the first week because it was a little small week, and that video would not been long enough. But I should have. But here on out, I should be making week by week videos, not 2 weeks. But depending how the weeks go, that's how we'll go based off it. So yeah, to get it started, just make sure I got enough time on my SD card. But to get it started, so the recaps for my first and second week. So first off, we're gonna start with our first week. So week one, I started on Wednesday. I remember I recorded a video on Tuesday night. I don't remember until when I posted it, but started on Wednesday. So week one. So at first, I was just getting used to the crowd and the gym floor. So first day, I got there around 10 a.m. Got there, was setting up. Honestly, didn't really do much. So got there, the manager was helping me set up my profile and my picture. I'm pretty sure if you guys gone to a gym, you see how they have the wall of trainers with the pictures, a little a little bio, and then what they specialize in. Was doing that first day, building that up. What else did I do? They was trying to get me set up on the app, but they couldn't do much because they still had to wait. None of that, getting in my uniform and stuff. So Wednesday didn't really do much. Manager was just showing me the gym floor, just walking around, tell me little things okay, this and that, how to in the case with because we have cleaning ladies, yo, you could give them a hand, if you see something and nobody's available, you could do this. So Wednesday, nothing much, something pretty simple, nothing too crazy. After that, left. I went in Thursday. I want to say 11 a.m. around the 11 a.m. area. Another day, pretty nice. That day I ended up getting my uniform. I was more set up on the app. Still had couldn't get completely into it, but from there I had to retake my picture for what's that stick called, for the personal training picture. It looked pretty nice after that. But from there, usually was walking around the floors, making more connections, talked to a couple handful of people, nothing too crazy. I know the Friday we had a table set up, or might have been Thursday we had a table set up in the front. Just all new trainer trying to get clients and all that. Didn't really work, but I got to meet a couple people and stuff like that. A little small talk. Um, After that, between the Thursday and the Friday, I was giving out my Instagram to a couple people. I would correct some people's phone, but just make this fix. So for example, there was a guy, he was doing a squat and he was tiptoeing to get the bar off. I'm like, yo, put it thing lower so once you go heavier weight, you don't hurt yourself. I seen he had the Knicks jersey on, so I was start making small talk about the Knicks because I don't really watch NBA like that, but it's I know a little bit about it. But boom, made small talk, giving out Instagrams, talking to people and stuff like that. It was either based on how much they were lifting, what the lift was, or how they was doing the lift, and that's it. So just the exposure part, nothing too crazy the first week. So second week, this is where it got a little bit better. So second week, I was getting to know more people. I was talking more on the gym floor, going for compliments and talking to people oh, I like the way you do the thing. You have big arms. But there was time there was a elderly man and I could tell he worked out, but from there his physique didn't show up, but you could tell. We started talking. He's like, yeah, I've been working out for 40 years and stuff like that. Right now, he was like, what was it? He was like, oh, listen, I know you don't have to go fast. You going fast, you just going through the motion, but you want to control it, really build that muscle, have that tension and stuff like that. So he was talking and all that. He's telling me a couple stories and shit. Made a really good connection with the man. And from there, I'm not gonna lie to you, we was talking about steroids. He's like, yo, you look at guys that take steroids, and this is probably another reason why I would never take steroids. He's like, yo, back when I was younger, I knew guys that took steroids. Now you look at them now, they got bitch tits, and that shit had me fucking dying of laughter. So I found that shit hilarious, and it's true. It's yo, after you hop off the steroids, it's it's incredible what the fuck it does to your body. So was talking to him. From there, correcting a couple more people's forms, giving them value. I would better say for the people that I already knew, I was giving them value, for things that they already did. So, for example, let's say I seen one person, like, somebody I already talked to, and like I seen like they have a little issue and they work out, like something, a little tweak they can make. I'm like, yo, like try this out, this is gonna help you out, which it definitely helped out a couple people. And for the new people, it's correcting form and stuff like that, making more connections, making more small talk on the gym floor. And that's honestly the most important part of this job. It's like you had to expose yourself. If you don't expose yourself, you're not gonna get no clients, and if you're not gonna get no clients, you don't get paid. So from there, literally was just talking to people, making a small talk, like I said. Getting more exposure. I ended up getting a workout in at the gym, even though I kind of had to cut it in half because, I'm not gonna lie, I was dying of hunger, and it's like I had to get ready for my other job. But I was doing a little bit of legs, doing box jumps, broad jumps, and I had did a couple sets of squats before I ended up leaving. But was doing that, people was noticing and stuff like that. Nobody's gonna really come up and ask you like straight off the bat. So it's like, gotta keep getting more exercises in. Another thing, like for example, like somebody I seen, he was doing like quarter reps for the bench press, and I found it interesting. Went up to him, I was like, oh, like yo brother, like just curious on like the way you doing your bench there, particular reason. And he started explaining to me. He's like, oh yeah, so the reason I do it like this, it's because I seen like the prison dudes, right? They come out jacked, and the way they do their exercise is different than how we would. He was like, oh yeah, like I feel the pump more and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, that's interesting. And I'm like, you know what? Like some people go train for muscles, some people don't go train. They train for strength. Everybody has their different training purposes. So he was telling me that, and he was like, and I was like, yeah, like that maybe helps you build the pump and all that. It's like I know, even though there's better exercise to build your so I call it your chest, but it's at the end of the day, it's what somebody feels comfortable with. So he was chit chatting about that for a little while, and then like I ended up talking to him again. He's like, yeah, like I really like doing it, but he's like, if anything that I ever got questions and stuff like that, like I'll come talk to you. Like I bet 100%. Another cat was like talking about like he want to grow his upper pec. He was asking me like what I recommend, if he should do incline bench or if he should do it with the cables. Like me personally, I like doing incline bench on the Smith machine. I really feel that range of motion. I'm really able to stretch that muscle, giving value there. And I was like, the cables, yeah, they still help and all that, but personally me, I like the incline. Also from there, helping him like with some shoulder exercises. So boom, that's that. So then I ended up getting my first client. That's the very important part. I ended up getting my first client, and it's funny. The story with that was literally I had no idea I had a client on the app. I had no idea because I wasn't set up completely, or at least with the personal trainer app, until like Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday, Monday, between Monday and Tuesday. Cause I think like all the other apps got set up, but it was funny. Come Wednesday morning, my supervisor calls me. He's like, "Yo, damn, I got something right here with the it's like a little pimple." Anyway, he calls me. It's like 10:40, 10:50. He's like, "Yo, where you at, manito?" I'm like, "Yo, like, I'm here. What happened?" He's like, "Yo, you got a client." I'm like, "What the?" Like, I didn't even know. So I got up, brushed my teeth, got ready, out the door, went straight to the gym. And the guy was understanding and stuff like that. So I appreciate him. Shout out to him. And yo, we got straight into work. So, he's I'm not gonna say too much. Basically, army dude looking to get work, like start working out and stuff like that. He went in. So as it was, I was late. I'm like, damn, like, look, I apologize. Even my manager's like, yo, he isn't set up on the app completely. So, apologize. He was able to wait there. He ended up doing his running. So, as we were working out, I was like, okay, like, what are your fitness goals? Because, he told me he was in the army, so I'm like, all right, maybe more endurance, stamina, building that mental toughness. He was like, yeah, straight off the bat. So I'm like, all right. Made a quick little 30-minute workout in my head. I'm like, all right, boom, we're going to go attack. We started with the lat pull down. And then from there, like, as we're doing that, he's like, oh, yeah, like, I want to learn the machine. So then when he told me that, I'm like, oh, now it makes it more simple. I know what to do. So that first day, I ended up just focusing on the upper body. We did a couple back exercises, chest exercises. Did we do? Nah, I don't think we did some shoulder exercise. Pretty sure it was just, yeah, we didn't do no shoulder exercise. Had him do some arms, and then from there, like towards the end, because I ended up giving him an extra 15 minutes for free, like he didn't have to pay, due to the fact like that little inconvenience. From there, showed him a couple leg exercises. We was chatting it up afterwards. Like I was asking him how to feel. He enjoyed the sessions, which was pretty good. And honestly, it was a bad way to start, but it's like, yo, I had to push through it. Like, didn't really let that shit bring me down or drag me down. Even my supervisor's like, yo, I'm like glad I threw you in that fire because I want to see like how you're gonna respond. Because there's apparently some trainers was like, that happens, and then afterwards, like, they don't even want to stay to work. They just, like, feel so bummed out. Like, nah, like, I felt good. Now that I didn't have nothing to do, so kept getting exposure in. So that felt good. Second session with my client, we ended up doing lower body, and helped them get familiar with the lower body exercise. Really kind of pushed him there, since he wants to do 2 a week. So from there, it felt pretty good. So, and it shocked me because it's like, as I was, one thing I learned through that client, it's like, I know I'm gonna learn a lot more through other clients, is even though I know so much about the gym, like, I'm surprised, like, not, I like, how do I explain this? I'm surprised, like, I know not everybody has the same knowledge, but like, it really goes to show to you, it's like, damn, just because you know something a lot, another person maybe not know half of the things, or maybe only 3/4 of the things. So it's like, it's something that you, like, really have to understand. It's like, and I learned that, like, firsthand, especially in the gym area, because I'm like, oh yeah, like, maybe he knows this because, he goes to the gym. No, like, there's people that don't have the knowledge, same knowledge. And it reminds me of when I first started the gym. I remember I first started the gym, I want to say back in 2020, I believe so, around the COVID area, 2021, around there. And I remember going to the gym and all that, and it's like, I was learning, like, I was just going on machines, looking at the pictures, doing it, like, Instagram and all that. So it's like, kind of reminded me of that. So, but besides that, I helped my client learn his machines, helped him push him to his goals. And then now, come this week, now I'm going to push him a little bit more, mix it up, do a little bit of full body, really get him tired, like, really push him, because, you're in the army, you got to be ready, you got to stay ready, like, that's some shit, that's no joke. So, gonna help him do that. So, I feel like I ended off my week on the right foot. From there, after, like, my client session, both Wednesday and Friday, I apologize, because this thing, the pimple bugging me. But after I got him, like, with my clients, I believe I stayed both days for a little while, chit chatting, small talk, all that. So nothing too crazy. Ended off the week on the right foot, which is good. The goals for this week coming up. So today's Monday right now. Like, it's literally 11:11 right now. Oh snap! It's 11:11 right now, and my goal for this week is get another client, keep building on the momentum that I've built, getting more exposure and start learning more through my clients. So just to break it down real quick, even though it's pretty simple, get another client. I hope to get one this week. Gonna keep exposing, and I'm gonna try to now, like, be a little bit more salesy now. Not only that, been giving a lot of value and stuff like that. Now I'm gonna start telling people, like, just a little bit more salesy. I know not to really do it on the gym floor, but just a little bit. From there, also host like a little 15-minute class. Gonna start today most likely, like, promoting, be like, oh yo, like, this Wednesday or this Thursday, we're gonna have this 15-minute class at this time. Get people to sign up. From there, like, focus on, like, people that are messing up. From there, like, to pitch them a sale. That's one. Two, keep building up on my momentum, like, staying active, staying disciplined, staying consistent with the gym. Of course, making sure that everybody is, building that exposure. 2 and 3 kind of go together. It's like building that momentum. Like, I already have, like, get my face known. People's know who I am. Keep building on that. My exposure, keep talking to more people. And now, like, try to get a little bit more workouts in that gym so people could see me, so they could be like, okay, oh yeah, that's Johan, the trainer. So getting that, and then lastly, like, start learning more through my clients. It's like, for example, like I said, with me, it's like the dude want to learn the machines, and it's like most of the machines he didn't know how to use, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty interesting. So I know I'm gonna start learning more through that client and other clients on little small things that I'm like, okay, I can make video about and help you boys out. So that being said, that's really all I have for today. So that was week 1 and 2, personal training with me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do want to work with me, online personal training, I will have the link in the description below. Actually, I think I have to fix it. But that being said, if you do and the link is not working, just put train in the bottom and I will get that started with you. That being said, believe in yourself, make the shit happen, keep grinding, and go grab what you deserve in life, fellas.